Hey, how you doing? It's your host, Unknown Emperor, bringing you Monday Night Raw review. And silly me, I forgot WrestleMania was this close. I've I've been keeping up with it, but then again, life been getting to me. I do appreciate you for tuning in. I am channeling my inner final boss today. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Inner channeling my final boss energy. But this is Monday Night Raw review. Let's get to it. Monday Night Raw started with none other than the final boss himself, The Rock. He came out to thunderous cheers, and as we're getting closer to WrestleMania, I am just appreciating The Rock more and more because I know once WrestleMania is over, he's gonna be gone for a while. And when he first started in the early 2000s, really started to kick off, and we're witnessing greatness right now. But as he was making his way to the ring, the announcers told us that Cody was not medically cleared, and that initially rung off that little light bulb in my head, let me know that later on, at some point in the night, that Cody was gonna get physically involved. Was I right? You're gonna stay tuned to figure out whether I was right or not. But The Rock came out. He echoed basically everything that he's been saying from the start of this feud, that he was gonna make Cody bleed, which he did. We got a recap of that. It was something worth watching the first time or the second time, or if you watched it 20,000 times on YouTube like I did. The Rock is The Rock. But he talked about the Cody Crybabies. He's asked if it was anybody out there that was Cody Crybabies, and said that he made them cry. And he also said that he made wrestling cool again, which in a way he did, but I've always been on wrestling. But a lot of people, a lot of mainstream, him, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and I'm just naming WWE talent, not to say the other company talent. I digress. AEW, but I'm not biased. I like both of them equally. But this isn't an AEW review. This is a Monday Night Raw review. Then he came out. He did. He said that he was gonna get Mama Rhodes to crown that belt. That was the last thing that he needed, and then he brought out the bloodline. Roman came out to a historic crowd, and he had the historic crowd acknowledge him, which he always does. He has like a kind of a complex thing where everybody has to acknowledge him. And then he began thanking The Rock for executing his plan of beating up Cody from last week. And then first he wanted to say that he was doing this for the family. Everything is for the family. If you watched his 2-hour interview on A&E, I did not, but I will go and watch that and possibly let you guys know what I think. Possibly just watch it and enjoy it. But he wasn't able to get really good in his promo until, Seth freaking Rollins came out. And he came out like the Shield used to. He came out from the crowd. And it was very energetic. You heard it. Yeah, you felt it. You felt the energy roaring through it. Seth was smart because he came from the crowd. He didn't get beat up by the number game. And he was able to kind of technically call his shot. He challenged The Rock. He challenged Roman Reigns to the main event of Monday Night Raw. He got neither of them. He got Solo, and that set up the match. But The Rock finished it off with saying that it's going to be bloodline rules, which essentially just means no DQ. But they got to make it all spruce. And that kind of rung my ears on that non-medically cleared young man coming out. But I love this opening segment of Raw. This Raw was really a smooth watch. It really kind of breezed by, and I appreciated every second of it. And Monday night continued. Like I said, it was a very fast-paced Raw, and this next match was no exception. We had an 8-man tag with the team of Judgment Day. That's JD McDonough. That's Dominic Mysterio. That's your tag team champions of Finn Balor and Send Your Money in the Bank, Damian Priest, taking on New Day, Kofi and Xavier Woods, DIY, Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. 8-man tag, you know, a lot of bodies. Wasn't really too long. Nothing more of a 5-minute match. I'm just gonna basically get to the meat and potatoes of this. Everybody tagged in. They kind of got their moves out and in the way, and then we was able to work our way to Damian Priest, who got in, and Damian Priest was not messing around. He hit Johnny Gargano with a big boot. He hit Kofi Kingston with a choke slam, and then he mustered up the strength to fling Tommaso Ciampa over his shoulders and hit him with a razor's edge. 1, 2, 3. Judgment Day is victorious, and they are heading into WrestleMania with the win. In my opinion, I think they lose those championship belts at WrestleMania. Damian Priest possibly cashes in. Judgment Day is cracking at the seams, but I'm ready to see what WrestleMania has to hold. We then got Roman backstage lying to us again, saying that he was leaving for the night to work on the speech. And then that's when we learned that he was doing the induction Hall of Fame speech for Paul Heyman. That is so sweet. Fast forward to the next, we had Chad Gable doing a little training montage with Sami Zayn. At this point, I think Chad is gonna go one of two ways. Sami Zayn is gonna win, and then Chad Gable is gonna turn on him in a Kevin Owens type fashion, or Sami Zayn is gonna lose because of Chad Gable's interference, and Chad Gable goes heel. Either way, I think Chad Gable goes heel following WrestleMania, but I digress, because what we got next was a rematch of last week when Bronson Reed beat Sami Zayn for interference, and then now we have Bronson Reed essentially... No, he lost. Bronson Reed lost because of disqualification, but this was a very nice match. Sami Zayn was able to come out, and he was firing with elbows, he was firing with chops, and then we got that inevitable dive that always comes away. Sami went for one too many dives, and he got destroyed by a slam that Bronson Reed threw on him. Then we got an amazing spot when Sami Zayn was able to bust out a sunset flip powerbomb from the corner for the 1-2 kick out. This match is very, very entertaining, back and forth, fast paced, like I said, very quick for what it was. The commercial break did not help Sami Zayn at all, because Bronson Reed was still on top and still in control, until Sami Zayn was able to fight back and hit a tornado DDT. And for some reason, the whole match, Sami Zayn was trying to pick up Bronson Reed and showcase his power a little bit, I guess emulating that if he can pick him up, he can pick Gunther up, but none of these really work. Bronson Reed was ultimately his own downfall. He went for a tsunami. He missed. Sami Zayn was setting up for a haluva kick, but he had spider senses, because he saw Gunther throwing Chad Gable onto the entrance ramp, and he did what all wrestlers did. He turned his attention away from the match at hand. He ran up to the entranceway to check on Chad Gable, and Gunther beat him up. Gunther kicked him, Gunther chopped him, Gunther threw him into the Titantron thing, the little emulating projection wall thing, and that had a bad night tonight. This wasn't the first time that somebody got through into that light. Gunther chopped him again, chopped him, and then stood on his carcass before he walked away. I think, like I said, there's two outcomes of this, but I'm gonna lean more towards, you're gonna have to tune into my predictions to figure that out. Women's Tag Team Championship match. That sigh was basically the energy in myself in the building coming out. Maxine Dupree and Ivy now beat Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. And the way that match went was Indy Hartwell and LeRae was in control until Ivy, was fighting back. She was a little pit bull, a little firecracker. She was fighting back. She got on top. She had made her way to the top rope, and then Candice LeRae had pushed her off. And instead of taking advantage of this, Indy Hartwell decided to confront her own tag team partner. She didn't get to see the tag that Maxine Dupree had made, and she got the roll up, and she lost. Indy Hartwell got pinned because she didn't want to show any type of aggression and jump on Ivy now. And she lost. And after the match, Candice LeRae was berating her, saying that she lost to Maxine Dupree, which she did. But this was just a throwaway match. Nothing really kind of came out of it. Jay was then backstage telling Seth that he had his back. Essentially, he did. Then Drew had a funeral for CM Punk's WrestleMania dreams and Seth Rollins' title reign. I appreciate you. I love Drew for the character that he is. We then got a very good match between two underrated wrestlers in Ivar and Ricochet. These two, like I said, extremely underrated. One big man that was showing his fat power and also showing agility. And, you know, Ricochet was in the match, so a lot of dives, a lot of flippy moves, a lot of moonsaults, a lot of top rope moves. But this was a very underrated match between two underrated wrestlers, and they need to do more with both. I know Ivar is kind of lost the float with Eric being injured, but they do need to do more with both of these competitors, and it really showed. Ricochet showed a lot of resiliency. He got hit with a sit-out powerbomb. He got smashed with between Ivar and the side of the ring. It was very, very nasty. Ivar just threw his body all in Ricochet's face. And Ivar also, for a big man, hit a springboard crossbody for the 1-2 kick out. And this match, like I said, was very nice. A lot of moves was done. Me explaining it is not gonna do it justice. It was a good wrestling back and forth. A lot of great moves. Very energetic for the crowd that was there tonight. The Brooklyn crowd was very, very good. Ivar went for a top rope moonsault. Like I said, he was also flipping, showing his nimbleness, but he missed. And then he went for another crossbody in the corner, but Ricochet caught him. Ricochet is not Roman Reigns holding up Ivar. Ricochet kind of small, but he picked him up, he held him up, and he did like a fall-away slam. He threw him over his body, and then he hit this amazing 630 splash for the 1-2-3. Ricochet wins. I think he's gonna win that Andre the Giant Battle Royale that's taking place Friday. He makes the most logical 50 cents, and he should get a push for that Intercontinental Championship again after WrestleMania. It started with him, it should end with him, especially if Gunther is to retain it. And then Legado del Fantasma was in the Judgment Day's clubhouse. Yeah, and Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest did not look pleased. Andrade then made his way in and said that he's going to take care of that Ricochet problem for them. But then Rhea did make her way to the ring because she said that Becky was going to make her way to the ring, which she did. And not a lot of talking was said. They had a pull-away brawl, and it got you a little bit more hype for WrestleMania, but I don't think personally that Becky should beat Rhea. This isn't her time right now. Rhea should really dominate for the time being. I don't see anybody that should beat her at the moment, but she should dominate at least until SummerSlam. Maybe Shayna Baszler, if they can build her up the proper way. Shayna can dethrone Rhea. Raquel Rodriguez, they can do Liv Morgan, but anything like that. Damage Control then obliterated the team that did not get an entrance. The team of Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark, and Tegan Knox. The team that didn't get an entrance was on top extremely early. We even got triple German suplexes, and then we got 3 dives to the outside. It was very nice. They thought they was getting momentum. It didn't last long. Damage Control was on top for a little bit. Back from break, Zoe Stark was running wild. Like I said, that didn't last long. She even was able to hit a missile drop kick that was really nice. And then she got hit with a suplex by Kairi Sane. She tagged in Tegan Knox. Sane had tagged in Dakota Kai. They were going back and forth. Dakota Kai was able to hit a running, like it would look like a haluva kick type deal. She hit Knox with that. She tagged in Asuka. Asuka tagged in Sane. They hit that double insane assisted elbow. 1, 2, 3 Damage Control is on top. And they're gonna have a little bit more Friday. I'm thinking more towards Io Sky and Bailey. I'm sorry, Bailey. I'm sorry. Please don't be upset. But I'm ready for the Wrestlemania match. The Kabuki Warriors probably aren't gonna lose that title. I don't see any viable team that can take it from. Oh yeah, Damage Control has a match against Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, and Naomi. They're gonna lose that. Absolutely. Main event time, Bloodline Rules, Seth Rollins, Solo Sikoa. You already know what you was getting tonight, but they did not disappoint. Seth Rollins got off early. He didn't even let the match get started proper. He was raining down elbows. He was abusing Solo Sikoa, throwing him all across the outside of the ring. Solo even ran into the steel steps at one point. Then out of nowhere, Seth Rollins started throwing chairs at Solo. He threw at least like 5 or 6 of them at Solo's face. It was very brutal. And then he was able to hit a DDT on Solo that he had set up on top of a chair that was sitting down. Like, it was pretty great spot. It was very good. And then he set up a table, which later on was to his detriment because Solo ended up putting him through that same table that he set up. It was nice though. It was a nice spot that we got. And then Seth didn't learn his lesson because he set up yet another table. But this time he was he got a little bit more out of this table for himself, and he was able to hit a turnbuckle powerbomb, and put Solo through this table. After he put Solo through the table, he was able to hit a curb stomp. Or the stomp, I'm sorry, no longer curb stomp. And at that point, Jimmy basically teleported into the ring and hit one of the most dastardly super kicks on Seth Rollins. But it's Bloodline Rules, so no DQ. And as soon as Jimmy came out, Jay fulfilled his promise saying that he had Seth Rollins back. He started fighting his brother, a little prelude to the match that's going to happen at WrestleMania. And then as he threw Jay had threw Jimmy into that big board that I told you earlier that was going to make his appearance again. They had went backstage a little bit, and then Jay came flying out of it, but out came The Rock. The Rock made his way to the ring, and before he could get to Seth Rollins, we got adrenaline in the... Man, Cody Rhodes had walked out looking like a clean James Bond. He ran to the ring. Him and Seth Rollins started to abuse The Rock, started to beat him up, started to throw him in the corner. They were both getting their licks in. They were getting ready to set him up and put him through a table. Cody Rhodes was even taunting him. That's where he messed up. He was finna hit The Rock with a rock bottom through the table. But this is where Roman proved us that he was a liar. He came out, he stopped Cody from putting The Rock through the table, beat up Cody. He threw stuff into the post outside, and The Rock and Roman Reigns proceeded to whip Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins with a belt, with a wrestling belt with American Nightmare on it. It was blue. It was nice, and they beat the shit out of Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. So we kind of went off air of Monday Night Raw with the bloodline standing tall. It was a beautiful sight to see. Me personally, I want Roman to beat Cody Rhodes going forward. I personally didn't want Cody Rhodes to leave AEW. I know, you gotta grow, make money, spread your wings, fly. I want Roman to beat Hulk Hogan's record. Hell, if he can hold it till next WrestleMania, and somebody like Braun Breaker, or give Cody the third time's a charm to beat Roman Reigns. But I don't think the Tribal Chief should lose it right now. He should beat Cody Rhodes. He should beat Solo. He should beat The Rock, and then it should go off full circle. But I think if Cody doesn't win it now, his time is going to kind of pass. Don't take my wrestling card, but you can kind of let me know what you thought about it. Let me know what you thought about tonight's Raw. Me personally, I loved it. Like I said, it was a breeze. I enjoyed every second of it. I'm ready for WrestleMania. You're going to get my prediction soon, so look out for it. You let me know what you thought about it in the comments down below. You send me what you would like to see me react to, this, that, and the third. Any type of wrestling match or any type of wrestling topic that you would like for me to attack, you can always send it to me. I will leave my socials down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I am your host, I am Unknown Emperor, and I am signing off. You have a blessed day, a blessed week, a blessed evening, and you have a happy WrestleMania weekend, and tune into the Empire.